gentlemen, this is your host, Sunny from the podcast. It's always Sunny in the Six. Today is a special episode. It's the first episode after a long time that I actually get to see my guest face to face. I'm co-hosting today with a good buddy of mine, Mr. David-Kim. And so before we start with this episode, make sure to hit the follow button so you guys are up to date with every episode. Every episode will be dropping on Monday. And grab your morning coffee and let's get started. Is he? I know. So first of all, what's going on, man? David.
Are we live right now?
David-Kim Mackinnon.
Jeez.
I'm gonna call you David. Where's your mask, buddy? You know we're supposed to be wearing a mask right now.
Yeah. Social distancing and all that.
So first of all, episode 1 of season 3. What's up, everybody? We have a very special guest, a good friend of mine, someone that I see almost every single day, 5 days a week.
Little too much.
Mr. David-Kim Mackinnon.
This is where you cue the soundboard, and I was like, hey. Thank you.
No worries. I definitely can invest in one of those, man. So it's Friday, and of course, David's over at my place right now. You actually are the first guest I've seen, on my podcast since season 1. So,
well, that makes sense because it's
yeah. Well, things are slowly opening up now, of course, right?
Yeah.
So how you been, man?
Good, man. Life's good. Can't complain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How have you? So for the people that don't know you, David, introduce yourself, what you do, your background a little bit in terms of what you do.
What's up, people? My name is David-Kim Mackinnon. I'm like a fitness guy. I do fitness and shit.
He does. You know what? If it wasn't for David right now, I'd probably be a fat piece of shit. And I was actually before I joined your program. So
No way.
I mean, okay. So the first 2 months, man, I've been eating like garbage. When the pandemic happened, the problem is I've been running every day, but then I eat shit. You know, I smoke a little bit of weed, call Uber Eats. And, you know, after that, I'm like, fuck, I got to do something.
Yeah, I swear Uber Eats is the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. People are getting so lazy.
Yeah.
Jesus. So quick. Just press a button.
You mind coming closer to the mic? Or yeah.
Is this good?
That's much better. Much better.
Cool.
But yeah, man. So David here does health and fitness. You've been a personal trainer for how long? When did you get into it, man?
So, let's see, 2015. So, technically, I've been a certified personal trainer for 5 years. But I've been training a little bit before that. But a little under the table, you know. I've been helping people out. But, I mean, I always kind of knew that my calling was to help people. So,
Right.
I just didn't know what I was going to do to help people.
Right.
So I started out nursing. I was in the hospital helping out with old folks. I specialize in long-term care.
Okay.
Helping out with like elderly with dementia, Parkinson's, that kind of stuff.
Right.
And it was just so sad, and it wasn't my cup of tea.
Right. Is that what you went to school for?
Yeah, I went to Ryerson for nursing.
Nice.
But it just wasn't my thing. I was just like, it was taking a toll on me because I'm really invested in like my people.
Right.
I'm always invested. I'm very empathetic, and I'm like, I get really involved in my patients. And
It
was taking a toll on me mentally. I wasn't taking care of myself. I was working like long, stupid hours.
Yeah.
With the shift work, so I was really like neglecting myself. Actually, I was known for holding self-care workshops because it's like a well-known thing that everybody in the healthcare industry doesn't take care of themselves. They're so invested in the patients that they neglect themselves so much.
Do you think it has to do with a lot of the long hours, like just working fucking like crazy hours, and when you do have downtime, then you just end up like
they just want to sleep,
or go out,
they
or
just want to sleep and just like they just want to catch up on that. But I was a big preacher in self-care and taking care of your body, and like it's just like it wasn't sitting well with me. I wasn't taking care of myself, so I was like, you know what, I need to change this. And then my girlfriend at the time, she's like, do personal training or I'm gonna leave your ass. I was like, what? She gave me an ultimatum like that. So
that's a pretty dangerous ultimatum. Actually, I mean, it's a healthy ultimatum actually. But
yeah, because it was affecting our relationship.
Right.
I wasn't happy. Like,
how was it affecting you? Mean in terms of like you were?
I wasn't happy with myself.
Okay.
And therefore, like, if you're not happy with yourself, it's very hard for you to like be happy in a relationship and like please your partner and like carry the relationship in a positive manner. So I was like, it was affecting us. So she's like, do it, I'm gonna leave your ass. And I was like, okay. So I did it. I jumped it, and I got my certification, and then
what certification do you need to get into PT training?
So the certification I have is kind of looked down upon. I have a CanFit Pro.
Okay.
It's not like the best in the industry, but I already had the nursing background. So like I had the anatomy, physiology down pat. So I knew the human body. So like I was okay with that. So I didn't need to go and do like a long certification or more like really in-depth certification. Right. I just wanted to get the cert and then go on and work. That's all I wanted to do. So as soon as I did that, it was like literally legit like a weekend course. Mm-hmm. Maybe like a weekend or 2 weekend courses. It was so simple. It was so quick. Like anybody could be a personal trainer.
So I can get
be a personal trainer. It's so easy to be a personal trainer. Yeah. And at first it was kind of intimidating because I was like, or not intimidating. Yeah, I guess you could say intimidating because I was like, fuck, man, this is like you can get in a gumball machine. It's like so easy to be a personal trainer. But then
it's like getting a smart serve license too, right? Like,
yeah. But not everybody could be a good bartender, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with personal training, like, you know. And I realized that like I had my niche, I had my personality, and then I had my care because I always cared for people a lot. And that was like even brought out more in nursing. Right. So I carried that through with my clients in personal training. And like I'm just like, I realized that like everybody has their own lane. Their own lane. So like I wasn't intimidated anymore by like how many personal trainers there were and like how saturated the industry was.
Especially in Toronto.
Yeah, it's very saturated. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'm in my own lane. Yeah. You know, if people want to train with me, they'll train with me. If they don't, they don't. No biggie. Let's do it.
I think the demand there is there because being healthy is, you know, a part of being happy. Right.
You know, as I'm drinking this Jack Daniels right now.
Shout out to Manny for the inspiration.
It's Friday, people.
And we have White Claws too if you want some White Claws.
Yeah, because I'm a basic ass white girl. Come on, Sonny. Why are you drinking White Claws?
Hey, 140 calories, all right? Relax.
You gotta watch those calories, huh? Oh, you're trying to be healthy all in.
It's crazy. You're right. Like I think that everybody has, everyone has a choice to be healthy, right? And I think the biggest struggle that people have though is like maintaining that balance, right? Like you David, for example, you have a brother too, right?
I have a brother?
DJ David-Kim. You want to introduce him a little bit, or?
That is fucking jokes.
That's like my other brother, Grizzly, but
I do have an alter ego.
Yeah, I mean the alter ego in the sense of that balance between you work hard and you play hard at the same time.
Exactly.
Right. I think a lot of people struggle with that. Actually, not too long ago, this is a true story. I got a message from a friend of mine, you would say. I haven't really talked to him for a long time, but he's like, hey, how do you maintain a regimen of working out and then still maintaining a social life? I think it's doable, man.
It's 100% doable.
Right?
Yeah. Obviously.
What do you think the biggest struggle is? Why do you think people think that it's either one or the other? Because there are people out there that all they do is just work out and then have a basic lifestyle.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But there's also people like even myself where you work hard and you play hard. And there's nothing wrong with that as well. It's like duality. You know what I mean? You can still turn up. You can still turn up, and you'll still see me getting yelled at by fucking David on a Monday morning saying, hey, come on, man, one more time. Do that burpee.
Let's go. It's honestly, it's all on you and whatever makes you happy. Yeah. Whatever makes you happy. If not going out, not partying, and not drinking, and staying 100% super healthy, and being really diligent on your training program, and if that makes you happy and you have some end goals, maybe you're like competing for some sport, if you're competing for whatever the case may be, right? Right. If that makes you happy, I'm all for it because I've been there too. I've been like very, very disciplined, very like I cut out everything. And I'm just like, boxing is my life, basketball is my life, basketball is my life, or CrossFit's my life. Right. Right. I was 100% clean cut. And that made me happy. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you just got to ask yourself, what makes you happy? Because it's all mental. Everything's mental, right?
It's harder to navigate through that question and have a good answer because like nowadays we live in like a platform of social media where like, everything you do, you compare with other people around you. Right. You say like what you really don't know what happiness means because your happiness is what other people. So this pandemic was a perfect example, a perfect opportunity.
This pandemic is the best thing that ever happened to the world.
Yeah.
Legit the best thing.
How come?
Because it allowed us to really focus on things that we put on the back burner. Like anything that you were neglecting in your life, whether it be your health, fitness, whether it be, you know, like educating yourself, or there's so many things you can name.
Yeah.
Everything that you put on the back burner, you are able to focus on. You have so much time. You have so much time to do that, right? Especially if you're not working. That's a blessing.
And even if you're working at home, right? Like working from home.
Working from home is such a blessing. I love it. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. Honestly, I was so scared coming home from St. Martin.
Yeah.
I was so scared.
Okay, let's backtrack a little bit. So, guys. So when this pandemic hit, this was like, I think sometime in March. It was March 15th when lockdown
beginning
happened.
Mid-March.
So you want to tell our listeners, David, where were you at that time?
I was on the beautiful beaches.
I want to hear this.
Beautiful beaches of St. Martin. Oh, so gorgeous. I can't wait to go back.
What were you doing there? Lay it all down. I want to hear the whole thing.
Okay. Well, for those of you who really know me, I love to party. There's no denying that. I was there for a music festival. It's called SXM Festival.
Okay.
It's hosted by a lot of peeps in Montreal, actually.
Right.
And it's a great festival. People from Montreal got it going on. They're very artistic. They're very, very about the client perspective.
You got a couple of European, like a European kind of feel as well in Montreal, just because of the French vibes, right?
They understand the sound, the experience. They understand a lot of like what you're supposed to feel when you go into an event. So they cover all the grounds, and like they really know what they're doing. Just go to Stereo.
Yeah.
Have you been to Stereo?
I've been to Stereo.
Yes.
I've been to Stereo twice, though.
So you know what's up. Montreal, they know what they're doing. Anyways, so the same people who like kind of like in that community, they throw SXM. So I was in SXM. I was in St. Martin, and just, you know, living my best life.
So you flew down. When did you fly down exactly?
I flew down, I know I went for about 2 weeks. But I went down like beginning of March, and then I came back at like the 19th or the 20th of March. I went when everything was happening, and as I'm taking off, everybody's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Why are you leaving?" They're like, "You better take that flight back right now, cause shit's about to go down." And I'm like, that's Toronto drama. I don't care. I'm leaving. I'm gone. Peace out, Toronto. I'm like, I'm going to St. Martin. I'm going to go on a beach. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm going to be on a beach. I'm like, I'm good.
It must have been a different perspective, because here we are in Toronto, and you got everyone's like, borders are shutting down on the 15th of March, and you're probably on a beach in St. Martin.
Oh my God. It was such a blessing.
Right.
And it was a little weird. I have to admit, it was kind of weird, because I was there, and I knew in the back of my mind a lot of shit in the world was changing, and a lot of shit was about to go down. Because I was there. I remember I was at a party at night,
right?
And I'm going through my feed. I'm like, NBA is canceled. What the fuck?
What?
What? I thought I was tripping.
And in March too.
I thought I was like too drunk or something. I was like, What do you mean NBA? Am I reading it wrong? NBA is canceled. And then I was doing my research, and I literally just stopped what I was doing. I was like, fuck the party. I'm like, what's going on with the NBA? So I was like, oh shit, someone has COVID. It is canceled. It's like the NBA suspended. I'm like, holy shit, that's a big thing. They don't just cancel NBA.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? So I remember I was like,
and then Rudy Gobert got COVID-19.
Damn.
That was the first one. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. And I was just I remember showing people. I'm like, COVID. NBA is canceled. And they're like, what the fuck? I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. But I'm going to leave that in Toronto, because I'm in St. Martin. I'm about to fucking sip my tequila right now. But I after the party was over, because the festival was for like 5 days, I was there much longer than that, because I wanted, anytime I go on vacation, I want to experience the true experience of wherever I'm going. And I like to go in the village, hang out with the crew, and just like, chill out.
Did you go there by yourself, or were you with like a group of friends, or did you meet people there?
I went there by myself.
Okay.
But I knew people there.
Gotcha.
So I was staying with a good buddy of mine who's one of the biggest photographers in Toronto. What up, Alec?
Big shout out to Alec. I know
Big
Alec.
shout out to Alec. CPT vibes. My personal photographer. He's top of the line guy. Yo, I have so much respect for the guy. But anyway, like, yeah, I was chilling there, and so I knew a lot of people there. So they took care of me, and I had a good time. And then so it was about a week that I had there that I was really, really contemplating my life. It was a really weird time.
Okay.
Really weird time. It was such a weird time. Fuck. Oh man. And it was such a
were people
amazing,
panicking? Like, were people leaving?
Crazy.
Last minute leaving?
Crazy.
Okay.
Flights were getting canceled. People were going crazy on Saint Martin because everybody's flight was getting canceled.
Right.
I was with a little crew of people from Montreal.
Right.
And they're like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Some guy from Montreal, one of my friends, he's like, I'm gonna rent a charter airplane and fly us out.
What? Really?
Yeah, as a last resort. He's like, I'm gonna fly us out. I'm like, okay, I'll just have to come home from Montreal then.
Right,
I was like, at least I have that. But I was tripping because I was like, oh my god, my flight got canceled. I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I legit contemplated my whole life in Saint Martin, and I was contemplating on doing structuring my whole life in Saint Martin. I had this whole thing. I was like, I knew I was gonna go online.
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna go online because I'm like, what else can I do right now? Right. I have to go online, and I have clients in Toronto that will still train with me, hopefully.
Well, I mean, it must have been, especially when you were in St. Martin. I think it was that at that time they announced that the border was shut down. And that
it was really, really trippy because Canada's like, everybody's like, yo, come home, David, because the border's gonna shut down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell
does that even mean?
What are you talking about? The border's gonna shut down. You're not gonna let me in my own country? What do you mean? and then Saint Martin said they're shutting down their border, so no flights are going out.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, so I'm like, honestly, I just sat down and I'm like, yo, this is God's plan. I have to be here. Whatever is meant to be is meant to be.
Well, listen, even if you were stuck there, you were stuck at the best place on a beach.
I know. I'm like, worst case scenario, I'm stuck on a fucking beach.
Yeah.
It could be worse.
Absolutely.
It could be worse. I could be in Canada where it's really, really cold.
Yeah.
Or it could be in Saint Martin where it's legit. I had like the best suite ever. I was staying at the Homage Resort, and it's owned by people from Montreal,
right?
And it's so beautiful. Like they have Picasso art everywhere. It's so gorgeous. They have everything there is on point, and the lighting, everything was good. And like my balcony was just looking over ocean. It was the blue ocean.
I feel like for the last couple of days, you were the only one there, or like a couple of people, right? Because I remember you were posting pictures or posting stories, and I'm like, really long. Where the fuck is everybody?
Nobody's there. It was just me. But it was great because I needed that self reflection. Right. I needed that time alone. And honestly, I took that solo trip because I wanted. I just wanted time alone.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need that time alone, right? I just need that time alone and just really just like assess who you are and like, to try to find out a little bit more about yourself, right? I feel like with every trip I take, I find every day is a learning. You're a student of life. Yeah. You're always learning more about yourself. Yeah. Right.
I think that's good. Going back to the point that you brought up before the story was that, before this pandemic, our schedule was so tied up to the external environment.
External.
What everyone's doing. So external. Okay, we go here, we go to place B, place C, place D. Now it's like, now that I'm quarantining by myself, well, it's
time to focus on you, internal.
Right? And the only people you really see are like, I see you through a virtual workout. And that's true. Like, I'm sure, like, for me, I feel more free during this pandemic than I did prior to this.
This is the best thing that ever happened to the world. I swear to God, it's the best thing that ever happened to the world.
I mean, yeah, it's been liberating for sure. So what happened? So when you got on the plane, what happened?
So my plane that originally got canceled was all of a sudden good to go, and I was like, okay, sick, going. Right. But I already had this whole plan thought out. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the online thing. I'm going to get some money. I'm going to save up, probably open up a gym. I was already like talking to people. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get investors involved.
Right.
And like I went to Tulum, and then there's a Tulum jungle gym over there.
Okay.
Very, very big. So it's like very like...
Is that the one with the, they have like wooden...
Yeah, it's like a Flintstone gym.
Flintstone gym, okay.
It's like a Flintstone gym in Tulum, right? I went there earlier this year, and I was like, that's sick. And it's very Instagram worthy. A lot of people love working out there. Very functional. It has everything you need. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing for St. Martin. And I'm like, I'm going to give you guys like some like gym attraction thing that a lot of people go to St. Martin and like they have to go to.
Right.
And they have to be there and have to like Instagram, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And that'd be cool, right? Because like I feel like the world needs more things like that. It's like it's sick. You want to go to places and like you have like your checklists. You know, when you travel to places, like you have to go to this, I have to go to that. Tulum Jungle Gym was one of those checklists.
And you got that
I had to go to. And
nice.
I went this year, and I was like so grateful. I got some good content. I worked out with Diplo. It was sick.
I saw that. You worked out with Diplo.
Yeah. I showed him up.
What was that? Did the video? Were you doing pull-ups or something?
Yeah. He's like, you can't do a muscle. I'm motherfucker. I can. I'm gonna show you. And I was like, let me show you. He's like, no, man, you can't do that shit.
So I mean, like, so fast forward now. We're in an environment where, you know, you used to actually 1 year ago, I used to work out with David at a place on Gerard, XFit Labs.
XFit Labs.
How are you kind of digesting how things have changed with this whole fitness circle of yours, right? In terms of working out, virtual workouts, is it better? Do you find it more convenient? Do you find it?
It depends on your goals. It depends on the person. Honestly, some people do it.
Right.
And they love it.
Yeah.
Because it's convenient and they're quick on the go, and it's like no excuses. It's in your bedroom, in your couch, or like living room, whatever.
Right.
Like it's right there.
Yeah.
It's so easy to do it. I'm like, it's really hard to come up with an excuse why you can't work out when it's in your home. It's like you can't get more convenient than that. But some people, like, depends on their goals, right? Like if you're trying to
like even for me, like on the notion of, I work out 5 days a week with you, of course, right? And
you do?
I think so. Maybe like one or 2 days here I'm off. But yeah, so it's like there's this whole, you know, when you go to an actual gym, you're like, all right, fuck, I gotta go get up, get ready, go to the gym.
Yeah, it's a process.
It's a process.
It's especially when gym's not your thing.
Exactly.
When the gym's not your thing, it's like, fuck, you gotta get yourself mentally like, oh, fuck, I gotta do this. I just had a long day at work.
And psychologically, you look for excuses. Yeah. And so that becomes an excuse.
Oh my God, the fucking one snowflake in the air. Shit, I can't go to the gym.
My manager emailed me. I gotta reply to this email.
And fuck it, I'm not going to the gym for the rest of the week.
and but that's what happens, right? People look for the smallest domino effect to kind of throw them off, so they can just not do it.
But when it's part of your lifestyle, boom. So that's one thing that the quarantine is blessed,
right?
Because one thing that, especially what I've noticed with my clients, including you, is we establish a good routine,
right?
A good routine Monday to Friday. So you're working out every single day, Monday to Friday, going out hard.
Yeah.
So like it's just a part of your life. It's just like once it becomes a part of your life, it's much easier because it's just like going to the washroom.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, it's crazy right now because we're in a moment in history where we don't know where we are on that timeline. Usually when you go to school, you know, we read about history, we know what the ending is. We don't know right now whether we're in the beginning of this pandemic, the middle, or the end. Right. But regardless, one thing that we do know is that health is important. Right. I think everybody wants to be healthy. Everybody wants to work out. I think everybody can agree with me that everyone's been trying to do something in terms of working out and whatnot. Right. But yeah, man. So like, I guess one of the questions, David, I want to ask you is like, people are now in a situation where they are working out more than ever in terms of movement.
That's such a bad problem to have.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it can be. Well, let me ask you, what's your philosophy when it comes to working out and also recovery? Because I noticed that your program is every day, 5 days. and I'm kind of stiff right now.
It's all about breathing. Recovery is recovery is important. The way I structure our program is we try to work different body parts on every day.
Yeah.
So you're always working up a sweat, regardless, right? We try to make sure like upper body one day, lower body one day, full body one day, core one day. Like we mix it up every now and then. So we want to make sure that we're covering all bases. But at the end of the day, you're sweating, you're moving, you're burning calories. We're getting the job done.
Yeah.
Right? But at the same time, we're not overtraining because our program is structured where we're working different body parts every day.
Right.
And the weekend, your time to rest.
You think that a lot of people they think too structurally because our body doesn't know it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You know what I mean? People are like, oh, it's recovery day today. I'm going to recover. You kind of, and Kobe's a good example because Kobe's been like, some of his documentaries, he practices every single day, or he used to practice every single day.
He didn't recover?
He did recover, but he worked.
Man, R.I.P. man.
All right, yeah. Rest in peace, Kobe.
R.I.P. Jesus.
That's when my 2020 really started.
I almost forgot that Kobe died.
Yeah.
I thought Kobe was still alive.
I still
when you just asked that, I was like, oh, does he recover? Like, oh man, fuck. It's many tears, man. Kobe's.
Yeah.
Man, you had a podcast about that.
Yeah, we had John Chata and Manny, but like it was crazy. Like we didn't even have an opportunity to mourn. Like we mourned his death, and then obviously COVID hit.
Yeah.
But like that mentality is, and that's kind of where I am too, David. Like to be honest with you, like a lot of us struggle between figuring out that balance.
Mm-hmm.
Like I look at you, and I met you in 2011, right? I know genetically, you have the genetics there.
You keep saying that. But I put in work. Buddy. Fun fact.
That was one of the questions, by the way, on my Instagram story. Of people asking like, how do you stay fit when you don't have the genetics to stay fit?
Okay, so it's either you're born with it, you have genetics, or you have to work hard. I'm one of those people that had to work my ass off for what I have.
Were you a chubby kid?
I was not. I was a skinny kid.
Okay.
Actually, I was so frail, they used to call me chopsticks in high school. Chopsticks. Because I was like a twig. You can just snap me.
That maybe they were being racist.
Yeah. They're 100% being racist. Yeah. But I mean, like, I was bullied in high school, so that pushed me to fitness, right?
Right.
And I started boxing. I was like, I don't know. I just need to get my shit together. I don't know. I can't let people make fun of me, beat me up and shit. Fuck that shit.
Well, it's a small world because, like, Roshan, who you went to school with.
Roshan in Ryerson. Yeah,
I'm actually going to cottage with him for his bachelor party next week.
No way.
Next week, yeah.
Fucking Roshan.
He's actually one of my good buddies, man. Yeah.
He's getting married?
He's getting married, yeah.
No way.
In this pandemic.
That's sick, man. Good for him. Tell him a congrats.
I will for sure. And he was telling me, we played ball a couple of days ago, and he was like, yeah, David always used to play basketball.
Yeah.
This is Ryerson that you met him, right?
Yeah. At the rack. We used to call that the Ryerson Athletic Center. It's called the rack.
Nice. So, other than that, man, how else you been? How's this pandemic treating you? How have you had an epiphany of any sort?
Epiphany?
Yeah.
That I suck with money.
Yeah. It's true.
I got so much better with saving with COVID.
You realize how much money that pre-COVID you would spend on just dumb shit?
Stupid shit.
Just Uber there.
Stupid shit.
Drinks there. I spent like $70 at the LCBO and I got a shitload of liquor. And
Jeez.
normally speaking, like that doesn't really... I'm on the same boat as you.
Yeah.
When it comes to have a good job, we all have income coming in, but...
Have a shit job.
Hey. But finances...
I work out for a living. This sucks. I make people feel good. This fucking sucks.
Yo, stop yelling at me, man.
That's what I do. I get paid to yell at people. But in like a very, very nice, positive way.
With these virtual workouts, man, I actually like the virtual workouts better.
I love them.
Because someone asked me, someone's like, well, Sonny, why don't you just go to YouTube? there's so many workouts.
It's not the same.
But here's the difference, and I'll tell you what the difference is, guys. Is when I'm working out, and even if I stop and I get on my knees,
my eyes are glued on Sunny,
and David's like, motherfucker,
get your ass up off the ground, motherfucker. You need to work. Let's get it.
I'm like, this guy, and we work, and I think and there's I think it compared to even working at Sweat and Tonic, the fact that I feel like you're always seeing me, it pushes me harder.
Yeah, it's crazy how much like it was. The transition from in person to online, I was so scared.
Right.
I was so scared. I wanted to do this forever. Yeah. I wanted to do this because I knew that online is the way to go, because online you get to, because my journey was, I went from like a personal trainer at Equinox.
Right.
I went from one-on-one, then I went to group fitness training, because my thing is I'm a motivator. I just like motivating people and just motivate. And I felt like I love one-on-one training. Don't get me wrong. I have my one-on-one clients, but it doesn't, what is it called? It doesn't satisfy this hunger inside me to motivate people, right? So I need to motivate more. So what group fitness did was offer me a bigger platform to motivate more people. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yes, I need it. So it just gave me a
global platform.
Yes. And so the online even gave me more platform to motivate more people. And I'm like, nah, I'm training people from LA. I'm training people from New York, UK. I'm like, this is sick. I'm like, I'm not actually like international now. It's pretty dope. I love it. And I'm training people in New York and like fucking like Los Angeles. I never met them. I'm like, this is sick.
This is crazy. Yeah.
This is sick. And for them to tell me like you're better than the trainers here. You're better. This is one of the best classes that I've ever had.
Right.
And like, this is better than classes that they offer here. It's so like humbling. Like, so like it makes me feel good.
You know what I like about you, David, is accountability. So like, even if I miss a class, you message and you go, where are you? And I think that's what's missing with a lot of people, right? You can go and do a virtual class and train people, mm-hmm. but if you're not on top of your clients and be like, yo, what are you doing? Get back up, do it. That level of interaction is so important.
It's so important.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna drop names, but I've dropped into like live. You know those live workouts that used to happen on Instagram?
Oh, the IG.
When pandemic.
I hate those.
When the pandemic first struck.
Those. I do them now because like whatever, you're gonna pay me, I'm gonna do it. Whatever. But
you still do live workouts?
I do IG lives.
Okay.
I do IG lives for like Sweat and Tonic, right. And like whatever. There's a couple of things here and there, but like. Honestly, like I don't like it because the thing that's missing is that human element, human engagement.
Right.
There's no human engagement at all. Yeah. I'm just looking at a screen and just like, okay, guys, let's do this. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, I don't know what anybody's doing. Actually, for all I know, you could be stalking me and just like watching me. And this is the fucking entertainment for you. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
And I know certain people, I'm not gonna mention names, who do follow me and watch me, and like I am entertainment. This weird and creepy ass shit. And then I didn't know that this realm existed, but I found out during this COVID shit that there's like real live like stalker shit.
Really?
Yeah, man. There's fucking weird ass people out here. And then now I felt like a lot of girls, I feel like they go through a lot of this, like stalkers and this, like I felt like that. Like really? As soon as COVID hit, like I had some of those. It was weird.
You have a story? Like what?
No, because she's probably listening right now. She's probably gonna show up at my door and fucking kill me.
We'll talk offline.
I'm definitely not gonna go into details about that. She's probably gonna listen to this podcast. She's probably gonna be the first fucking listener to this podcast. Fuck that shit.
Dude, I'm dying right now.
Yo, better document this shit. I'm gonna die tonight. Fuck this, man. Yo, I'm out.
You're right though, man. I think that you know what? One of the things I want to ask you, David, is what's one of your biggest? If you could like talk to yourself 10 years ago, what would you tell yourself? 10 years. Like, how old are you right now today?
I am 31.
So we're the same age, 89, right?
I'm 88. I'm turning 32.
32. Okay. So if you could go back in time 10 years ago, what would you tell the younger David?
Oh, man. What would I tell him? Just be real with who you are.
Yeah.
Just be real with who you are. I mean, like it's so easy to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like everybody's just on their own journey, trying to find who they are.
Right.
Right. But like, I felt like I kind of knew who I was at a young age, but I was just trying to please others, trying to please my mom, dad, try to do this, try to do that, and just like trying to do everything else, but just be real with who I was inside.
Mm-hmm.
And like I went to my 2 degrees. Didn't do anything with them.
What were the 2 degrees?
Criminology, nursing, and I was just doing them to please other people.
Right.
Nursing, actually, I actually loved it.
Okay.
I loved it. That's something that really, really personally like satisfied me. And I loved it. But
it's that idea of giving back to people.
Giving back to, like, I love giving back.
Right.
Giving back, like, what are you on this what are you on this earth for?
Mm-hmm.
If you're not here to give back to the people.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not here to, like, love your brother.
Right.
Love people. You know, pick up after yourself. Pick up garbage. Fucking recycle.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, why are you here on this earth if you're not doing your part on this earth?
I think there's a different level of, like, I guess, obviously when you make money, but there's a different level of currency when you give back to the community.
Oh man, that's the currency that you can't.
And it's like an invisible currency that you can't really see, but it's a feeling when you give back. Whether
that's the best currency.
Like Bundle Up Toronto was a good example with the jackets, right? Or just the idea of giving back and being like, okay, that's what we did, right? So, fuck, man. On another note, I just read this today.
Give it to me.
Big shout out to Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez,
5'3".
Yo, he's jokes. I seen something the other day. It's like he's the only guy who's, shout out to this moment, is like, who stood up and he's the same height.
Dude, there's so many memes. There's so many memes going around right now.
After getting up off his chair, he's the same height standing up. I died. So I'm like, why are you gonna do Tory Lanez like that?
It's crazy, man. Like, yo, dude, you know, if 2020 couldn't get any more weirder, you know, obviously we had quarantine radio, but like,
what happened?
Allegedly now, Tory Lanez shot Meg Thee Stallion.
I don't really pay attention to tab, but I heard that.
Yeah.
But what is that about?
The Breakfast Club.
All right, so Megan Thee Stallion, there's more to this story from when she was pulled over in the car with Tory Lanez. Now and Tory Lanez got arrested and has since been released.
Was Tory Lanez really busting his gun?
No, nobody said it was Tory Lanez that did it.
I thought Tory Lanez
we
got
don't
arrested.
know.
Yeah, no, he did get arrested
in the car, but not because.
Oh, got you. No, I didn't say she shot Megan. I just said it was Tory busting his gun. I was just.
Oh no, we don't know.
Okay, because in my brain, Tory and Megan was together. Somebody tried to come at Meg, so Tory had to show them that his height don't fight, his weight don't make him great. So he pulled out that goddamn hammer and started letting things fly. But that's what happens when you don't know all the story.
What really threw me off was his height.
How do you shoot when he's 5'3"?
No wonder he shot her. Shot her foot, right?
That's all I can see. Jesus.
And you know his real name was Daystar is his first name. Peterson. Daystar Peterson is Tory Lanez's real name. I thought that kind of sounds better than Tory Lanez. Daystar.
Tory Lanez sounds much better.
Yeah.
But Daystar, what the fuck is he, like a daycare? Daystar.
But anyways, cancel that.
Back to fitness.
Back to fitness. So I think a lot of people are wondering right now, because obviously you are David is a fitness expert, but what were one of your challenges that you came across? Have you ever been chubby in your life or too skinny? Like,
no, just skinny.
Do you fluctuate no?
Just skinny.
Yeah.
I was really skinny. I was really skinny to the point where you could see my ribs poking out. I looked like I came out of a World Vision ad.
Serious.
I was mad skinny.
I gotta see a picture of that.
I was actually really my mom used to force feed me. She wouldn't let me leave the table unless I ate because she was scared that I was gonna fucking break in half.
Right.
Like I didn't want to eat. I didn't have an appetite. I just didn't want to eat.
So what age did you decide to I need to start bulking up and eating more?
Well, when I was 17, I got my ass beat in high school.
You got jumped?
Beat by everybody in high school. Yeah. Like there's this big group in high school that beat me up. I was like, fuck, man. This sucks. It's like a shitty feeling. So one of my best friends, Fernando, you know Fernando, no?
I know Fernando, yeah.
He actually introduced me to boxing. So
okay,
I came to boxing. I haven't seen this guy in a year.
Right.
Fat ass motherfucker too. He's fat. And then I seen him like a year later. This motherfucker was shredded. He looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger. This guy flexed. This guy was not only like ripped, like chiseled, like a fucking like Olympian fucking statue.
Yeah.
This guy was ripped and huge.
Right.
Like I've never seen that. He was like, I'm like, sign me up. Where'd I sign up? Sign me up now. I'm like,
so that was your foot in the door when it came to boxing.
Yeah,
okay,
Fernando.
Okay.
And I'm like, motherfucker's gonna bully me. Hell no. I'm fucking signing up for this boxing shit. And then after that, it was just like fucking, yeah, it was like, sky's the limit. I never looked back. And I was like, yo, honestly, boxing taught me discipline. We used to fucking work our asses off.
Right.
Fucking running forever. Fucking training forever. Like do you, like pushing your limits, like crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
A lot of the people, like from my listeners, if you haven't gotten into like a boxing class or a boxing circuit or any sort of workout, boxing will fuck you up. I can tell you that. I got into boxing, I think it was, I got introduced to boxing with Fit Factory, but it was more like Box Fit.
Box Fit.
Right? You know what I mean? When you just punch the bags.
Yeah. I hate that category.
Yeah.
I hate that category because like.
But now with your classes,
some people put me into that category, and I'm like, motherfucking box.
No.
Hell, fucking no, I ain't box.
But the boxing conditioning is very different from actual regular conditioning. Because the boxing conditioning, I know you know this, but people that don't know, it's like you go, mm-hmm. Right? And it's like, what I think for you, have you done any sort of like amateur boxing, or have you thought of that? Or
yeah. When I was young, I mean, I consider myself an amateur boxer.
Yeah. Did you get in the ring?
I spar with pros. I was like a test dummy for a lot of pros. They used to throw me in the ring, but I have no amateur belts. Right. But I used to fight a lot. I used to spar a lot. Yeah. But yeah, like fucking, honestly, like they wanted me to fight, but I don't know. I just didn't.
I mean, I've grown, like I'm not at your level, bro, but I actually enjoy boxing so much.
I
man.
love boxing.
I love boxing. It's like it's such a great way for you to kind of get your aggression out. Mm-hmm. You know, especially when you have the bags. That's the one thing I miss the most, heavy bags. Mm-hmm. You know, we live our lives, you know, Monday to Friday. You know, for a lot of people, it's stressful as fuck. Mm-hmm. But, you know, going out there, you know, at the end of the day, people need some sort of outlet. And I think in Toronto, you know, one of the biggest outlets is, of course, going out, whether it's King Street, Dundas West. My outlet now was recalibrated and refocused into that heavy bag. So I'll catch up on my playlist and I'll hit it. Boom, 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 right? Mm-hmm. And then I realize now with your class and with Helmand, big shout out to Helmand.
Yeah. Savage Prince. What up?
Savage Prince. So a little background here. I've been a part of David's program for the last, it's been 8 weeks. I'm on my 3rd month right now. And what it is, it's a little bit more like, you know, focusing on boxing and whatnot. And I think you get your cardio workout, but you also get to focus on the technicals, right? And I think like the little things like the jabs, the cross, the hooks and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And dude, I wish I had a fucking like the floor is wet sign here. But this place is usually it's wet. So today
my floor is fucking soaked every single workout, and I'm not even doing the workout as much as you guys, so I could just imagine how much you guys are sweating.
Yeah.
I'm fucking sweating buckets. And when I'm sweating buckets, that's how I know it's a good workout. So that's my way of kind of gauging whether or not it's a good workout or not. Because if I'm sweating buckets, you guys are sweating 10 times more.
What's your biggest challenge right now, you think, as a personal trainer? Like in this whole pandemic, in this environment that we're in, virtual training? I know on one hand, there's a lot of positives. But what's the one thing that you're kind of worried about going forward?
The challenge going forward is... Do people want to stay with the home workouts, or people want to go back to regular workouts? Yeah, that's just basically it. Because people are very comfortable right now because they're in the routine. They've been doing this.
I haven't seen a single person complain about missing the gym because people are working out at home.
Yes, that's the people that like we've been exposed. Our crew, our people, like people who are our clients, like people who are working out with us. They never have an issue because they're always working out. They don't miss a gym because they're probably in the best shape of their life right now. A lot of our peeps are in the best shape of their life because working out at home is such a blessing. Like because we are able to work out at home and we are able to work out every single day and we're able to establish that routine.
Right.
So that's why like we don't really miss a gym because we're in great shape anyways right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, what about like one of the questions I was asked online was, it's very cardio intensive. We sweat our asses off. What if you want to get big? And if you're a skinny guy as it is, like you were, let's say in high school, and you're someone that's trying to get big, what do you?
Well, motherfucker, you gotta eat.
Yeah.
You gotta eat. So
what's your philosophy on that? So people that are tuning in that might, in terms of eating and nutrition.
If you want to get these gains in, 1, you gotta lift heavy. 2, you gotta sleep heavy. 3, you gotta eat heavy. And if any of those things are lacking, you won't be heavy. So you gotta have all those things. So either one. Okay, right. So if you don't have the weights at home and you're stuck with these home workouts, yes, you can still get these gains in. 1, you can do workouts that are a heavy load for you. So calisthenics is so amazing because you can do exercises that are really big loads.
Right.
For like a one-handed push-up. You could do a Bulgarian split squat, very slow. There's different exercises that are very tasking that you could put your entire body weight and make a heavy load on that one single body part, right? So that's another way where you can make the exercise a little bit more tasking, which increases hypertrophy.
Okay.
Which allows you to get these gains in, right?
Right.
But in addition to that, you need to make sure that you're having adequate nutrition. So you need to get massive amount of calories. You got to get massive amount of protein. And then on top of that, you got to get massive amount of sleep because if you're not sleeping, you're not recovering properly.
What's your perspective on carbs? Because there's this, obviously there's a book right there, the keto reset diet, but, ketogenic diet, carbs being a cheap source of fuel.
Cheap?
Yeah, versus fats.
Wow. Jesus.
What's your perspective on that?
I love carbs. Don't ever say that shit to me again. I fucking love my rice. I'm Asian. I fucking love my rice. There's good carbs and there's bad carbs, right?
Right.
There's good carbs and there's bad carbs. There's good people and there's bad people. So, I mean, like if you're going to eat like shit,
right,
empty calories, you're going to just eat a whole bunch of fucking...
How do you define, I guess for people that don't know the difference between good and bad carbs, so what's the differentiating factor between the two?
Well, there's carbs that exist simply just to give you quick energy. Quick energy.
Right.
But there's slow releasing carbs, like complex carbs that are really good for you. Like sweet potatoes, like brown rice, like quinoa.
Right.
Like what it does is it stays in your body for a little bit longer.
Okay.
It's slow releasing.
Okay.
So it's it gives you energy. It's longevity is better.
Right.
So it's much better for you, and it keeps you full for longer actually. So it's great for people who are trying to lose weight.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I've been doing is, so I've been intermittent fasting, and at the same time, every time I work out at noon with you, it's a fasted cardio.
Damn.
So I find it harder for me to go through your workouts. What's your, like, do you suggest people have breakfast before that, or like?
Honestly, for my workouts, you better get your carbs in.
Right? Yeah. I think I'm going to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, if you're slacking it, yeah, man, with my workouts, you need that energy, bro.
Right.
You need that energy, so you need to get those carbs in. Because, like, honestly, I know myself, because based off personal experience,
right,
if I'm not eating my carbs, I know it. I feel it. I feel it with my workouts. I don't have that energy. It's not up there. Right. I need my carbs. And, guys, it's good to eat carbs. Don't get it twisted. It's good to eat carbs. You need to. It's just as long as there's good, healthy carbs and it's balanced.
Right.
You gotta have balance. You can't just have a shit ton of carbs. You gotta have a balance of carbs. I always tell my clients 30% carbs, 30% fats, and 40% protein. Now, that's not a one size fits all, but that's a good way to start.
Right.
That's a good way to start. The high protein diet is what encourages obviously muscle gains,
right,
and body composition changes, right? You're increasing your fat loss, and you're increasing your muscle gain.
Right.
So that's what you want to do, because that increases metabolism, and then you just get burning, and that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Right. So I always start there. I mean, obviously, there's no one size fits all for everybody. Everybody's different, but that's a good ground basis, and then we can see how this affects your body, if it's in a positive manner or a negative manner, and we can work from there. Right. I always use that as a ground basis.
It's interesting to me because you're right. It's not one size fit them all.
No,
it's
never.
not like a boxing glove where you're 14
I'm allergic
down
to motherfucking mangoes.
Are you?
Yeah, man, that fucking sucks. It fucking sucks.
There's a mango White Claw if you want.
I fucking hate. I'll drink that shit. It's probably artificial. I don't give a shit. It's
by the way, if you need a drink, by all means, in the fridge, you can help yourself.
Thank you.
All right, just
Okay.
one of the biggest things right now, I think, is everyone's concerned about is staying healthy. Obviously, working out. One of the questions that was asked on my Instagram actually was supplementation. What's your I guess perspective or intake on that? What are the important supplements to take?
If you are, so obviously any doctor would back me up on this.
Right.
If natural is the best way.
Okay.
Natural is the 100% best way. Getting it from raw foods, raw veggies, like natural is the best way. However, supplements are there for just in case you don't get it from your diet. Okay. Or just in case you are intolerant to certain things. Right. To supplement, because this is a way you can get it, because you can't get it normally because you are inadequate in digesting a certain thing, like I'm allergic to mangoes, whatever the case may be, right? Supplements are there as a great backup. Okay. Supplementation, it's a backup, right? It's like in addition, right? It's like just in case you cannot get it, you can get it, right? So for me, and for a large majority of people, we're lacking in protein. Yeah. Especially if you are training where you're constantly breaking down your muscles, constantly training over and over again every day like we do. Right. You have to make sure we're recovering right. You have to make sure that you're supplementing, you're giving your body that protein that it needs to build stronger muscles to repair. Right. Right. So a lot of times we're not getting enough protein, so you need to drink the protein powder.
That's the most important thing.
Protein powder is my number one go-to. Right. Like I'm such a big believer in protein powder because one, because of the reason I just said, because people are lacking in it, and two, because of its bioavailability. Right. Bioavailability is basically saying when it is available for you and your body to digest, right? So with food, it takes hours and hours and hours, right? It takes a few hours to digest food, right? But with the protein shake, it's available for you, boom, right there. So post-workout, you have like a little time limit, like a little... Like a window. A window. Yeah. It's like an hour or something like that. 45 minutes to an hour, where protein is like 3 times more effective at repairing muscles. So you gotta get it in there right away. Post workout, you had to get that post workout shake.
What about other supplementations? So like multivitamins. I think that especially now that we're in this pandemic, very important to get your vitamin C, vitamin D, all your multivitamins. That's very important. What about pre-workout, amino acids?
Pre-workout is tricky because it is always actually backtrack all those things. Multivitamin, pre-workout, all this shit's a little tricky because of the fact that it's not regulated. Right. It's not regulated, so they can literally put whatever the fuck they want.
What do you mean by they're
it's not regulated by the what is
Health Canada or
anyways, it's not regulated by this
the Illuminati.
Juicy. Anyways, it's not regulated enough. Right. So they can literally put it on the market without being without passing too many tests. They can put whatever they want in it. So with pre-workout comes a lot of additives, sugar, this, that. Comes a lot of bullshit. I'm not a believer in pre-workout at all. Okay. I don't like pre-workout. Pre-workout, don't get me wrong, I will take it once in a blue moon. Right. I'm feeling like shit, but I know I need to hit the gym. Right. Fuck it, I'll take it.
What's your supplement stack like?
My supplement, Okay, so there is. So with the multivitamins, there's a lot of, like, because I said it's not regulated.
Right.
So there's a lot of added stuff that you don't need. That's bullshit. For that reason, I don't take that.
Okay.
I take specific vitamins that I know that I'm not getting.
Okay.
So here in Canada, we don't get a lot of sun, minus the summer. We don't get a lot of sun. So vitamin D is essential for us.
Right.
For one, mood. Right, we're happier when we get vitamin D. Right. So a lot of people who are unhappy, if they take vitamin D, chances are they'll be a little bit more happier.
Right.
But yeah, so vitamin D is essential for me. Right, fish oils are essential for me. It's good for my joints. It makes me feel good. It's also apparently really good for your brain.
Okay.
It's really good for memory.
So fish oil is pretty good as well.
Fish oils are really good.
Really good, right?
Another thing is your B complex.
Okay.
You also got to look at, like, there's also vitamins that it's okay to take a lot of. So ADEK. I learned that in nursing.
Vowels.
Little trick I learned.
Right.
A dick. ADEK.
ADEK.
Those vitamins are water.
So ADEK. A dick.
Yeah, they're all water soluble.
Right.
You can piss them out.
Okay.
So you can take. There's really no overdosing on ADEK.
Right.
Because you can just piss it out.
Right.
So like those vitamins. So you could take a lot of vitamin C. There's no harm in taking too much. What I'm trying to say is, you can piss it out super easy.
Piss it out. Yeah. I think. Okay. So on that note, now a lot of people, they know David-Kim Mackinnon as a fitness instructor. How often do you work out, man? What's the day in the life of David-Kim Mackinnon?
I wake up.
What time do you wake up?
Honestly. Anyways, this quarantine has allowed me to really understand my body, and I am a night owl.
Okay.
I'm a night owl, and I've learned to work with my body and not against my body.
Okay.
Don't put yourself in positions where your body is just. You got to work with your body.
Right.
That's just it. I used to do boot camps 5 days a week, 6 a.m. for 4 years.
Right.
6 a.m. That means I'm waking up at 5 a.m.
Right.
Just because I gotta go do my morning rituals, get myself to work, and I hated life.
Yeah.
I hated life. I didn't like it. It's just it wasn't working with me, and because I naturally stay up late.
Right.
Because this is how my body works. Quarantine allowed me to build my own schedule.
Right.
I sleep in.
Yeah.
I sleep in. I love sleeping in.
Right.
I fucking love to sleep. Fuck. If I love the fact that I can set many alarms, I can wake up. I'm like, nah, I'll snooze it.
Right.
And I could snooze it for another hour.
So what's your message to, there's a lot of people out there that say, oh, you got to get up first thing in the morning, 5 a.m., 4 a.m. And it works for some people. But
and apparently some of the most successful people wake up 4 a.m.
Right.
Kudos to them. That's
Right.
amazing. But at the end of the day, are they happy? What makes you happy? It's all mental.
Yeah.
It's all mental. What makes me happy is sleeping in.
Yeah.
As long as I'm productive with my day, I get shit done. I do what I have to do, and that's what matters, right? At the end of the day, like happiness and like being okay mentally that's what's gonna allow you to live a long life.
Yeah. If you're not enjoying what you're doing,
exactly.
If you're getting up at 5 a.m. and you're like, fuck, I hate this shit.
Fuck that.
Then yeah.
I like to stay up late. I like to stay up late.
So going back to that, so your routine. So you wake up in the morning.
I wake up in the morning. Maybe.
How often do you?
On a really bad day.
When do you work out between your clients? Like in your routine, like walk me through your routine.
Okay, so a lot of people will consider working out with their classes workouts, because I sweat buckets when I work out with you guys, but I don't consider those workouts. I consider those warm-ups.
Right.
So I was just like warming up my body. Cool. So I like to work out twice a day.
Okay. So twice a day.
Yeah, I like to work out twice a day. I do my cardio like midday, and then I'll do a lift at night.
Okay.
Because I have to lift, get these gains in.
Right.
Right. So it makes me feel good. I feel like I'm on top of everything. I don't like feeling slow.
Right.
Like in basketball or boxing. If I feel a little sluggish, I know it's because I wasn't doing my cardio that week. And I look at cardio as just cardio. and it's just a sweat. But it's not really getting me that hypertrophy.
Right.
I want that, and I need to lift for that shit. So I like that slow, controlled, heavy lifting. I like that. It just breaks up the muscles.
Can you explain hypertrophy for the people that don't know what that
hypertrophy
is?
Hypertrophy is basically the breaking down of your muscles.
Okay.
In order for it to regenerate stronger.
Okay.
And
get bigger.
And build. And a part of that building is the recovery and the nutrition.
Right.
Like
so I assume would those be like low reps and high weight, like big higher weights?
There's a rep range
right.
for different things.
Okay.
So there's strength rep range, which is really low reps.
Like 5 to 8 or something.
No, that's even lower. It's like 1 to 3, 1 to 4.
Really?
It's like power lifters.
Right.
So they lift those rep ranges.
Okay.
Like 1 to 3, 1 to 4, and then there's hypertrophy, which is like 5 to like 10, 12.
Right.
Anything within that rep range. If you're hitting like 10 sets of 10 and you're struggling with your 10 reps, that's hypertrophy. That's a good range. I like to do sets of 10. That's good.
Right.
But and then anything else is like endurance. Anything past that is endurance.
Right.
Like, in the 15, 20 reps.
Right.
A lot of women like to do that. Because they're just looking at tone, right?
Yeah.
Guys are looking to get fucking jacked.
Big. Yeah. And that's a big struggle now. And you mentioned this already, that it's just a matter of eating a lot. Just nutrition right now, especially in this pandemic.
If you want to get these gains in, obviously there's a difference between clean gains and like dirty gains, right? I see a lot of bodybuilders who just fucking snack on Big Macs,
right?
While they're like old school. A lot of old school lifters would eat burgers and shit.
I see a lot of my friends that are huge right now that eat garbage, but they're still jacked and they're still ripped. And I'm like, I'm a little skeptic.
I don't know how I feel about that. Because at the end of the day, like, yeah, they're feeding their muscles, but you're not really super healthy.
Well, okay, so this is the sunshine round.
What?
So sunshine round, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. You have 20 seconds to answer each one of them.
Jokes.
All right.
I fucking love this shit.
So you ready? All right.
Motherfucker, I'm ready. Let's get it.
All right, let's again. Speed. Okay. What's the most embarrassing moment you had in your life?
So bad. I'm pretty sure I've had a lot of embarrassing moments because I'm just like...
You have 5 seconds.
I'm just like a weirdo. But anyways, long story short, I was with my mom and we were at McDonald's Play Place and the bathroom was out of service and I had to run across the street to Harvey's to take a shit. And I ran across that bitch. I ran across the street and I accidentally sharted in my pants. And it was everywhere. It wasn't a good one. It was a good feeling. And I shat all over my pants. And then as I ran in that Harvey's, shit was just leaking everywhere. It was all over everything. I was wearing white pants. Why, mama? Why you give me white pants to wear on that day? Fuck, man. I walked in there and everybody turned heads. They just looked at me. I'm like, why are you looking at me when I have shit in my pants? Just out of all the times you gotta look at me. You look at me now. I was walking like a fucking weirdo. I shit in my pants. It was like a lot of shit. I don't know what my mom fed me that day. Anyways, so I walked in. I was like walking like this, and I had like fucking shit stains all over everything. It was gross. It was disgusting. And like even like I released myself. I cleaned myself. But like you can't clean white pants.
How old were you, man?
I don't know.
You went into very specific detail.
Yeah, man. My mom.
This is a speed round, man. Okay, next question. Next question. Goku or Vegeta?
Fucking Goku. He's good.
Top 4 basketball players. Sorry, Mount Rushmore. We'll get to that. Mount Rushmore. Top 4 wrestlers that you would put on Mount Rushmore.
Top 4 wrestlers?
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm not really big on wrestling. Okay. Sting, Stone Cold, Steve Austin. Let's see. I like Kane with the fucking choke slam. Motherfucker's big.
Oh, Kane, yeah.
Are you talking about real wrestling?
No, I don't know real wrestling. I know.
Oh, okay. So I said Sting. I said Stone Cold. Steve Austin. I said Kane. And then I like Goldberg. Goldberg was sick.
Oh man, the
Goldberg
spear,
was fucking
the
sick.
jackhammer.
Yeah, man, the jackhammer.
Yeah. I need to get a Nintendo 64 with that WCW versus NWO.
Yeah, yo, Sting was the best, man. He came down from the fucking top and he fucking went blackout and he fucking beat everybody with a bat. It was sick.
Favorite cereal growing up?
Favorite cereal growing up? Fucking Captain Crunch. Easy.
Favorite body part to work out?
Favorite body part to work out? I love my pull-ups. I love back.
Favorite rapper?
Favorite rapper of all time? Fuck. Favorite rapper of all time? Method Man.
You're stuck in an island. You can only eat one type of food. What would that food be?
If I was stuck on an island, motherfucking kimchi.
What do you think what Pokemon best describes you, David?
Fucking Hitmonchan.
Yo, I actually had a Pokemon card, the Hitmonchan with the hologram.
Yeah, me too. First edition, motherfucker. Oh man, Hitmonchan was a sick. They don't talk though. I wish they talked.
I know, man.
Hitmonchan.
Listen,
They didn't fucking say shit.
Fuck, man. I had this on my last episode. Karen's. If you saw Karen, throw a Pokemon ball at her. You know what a Karen is, right?
Yeah.
You know what a Karen is, right? You know what a Karen is? Let me show you what a Karen is.
6 feet, like I said before, is military protocol. You're trying to get the people to train them so when the cameras, the 5G comes out, what? They're gonna scan everybody. We gotta get scanned. We gotta get temperatured. The kids have to go to school with masks. Are you insane? Are you crazy? I think all of you should be in a psych ward right the heck now.
That's a Karen.
Sad.
Anyways, guys, the sunshine round was literally on top of my dome. It's Friday night. Me and David gonna hang out. But David, dude, you know what's your biggest outlook going into first 6 months were wild, 2020.
Yeah.
Now we're in July. We got 5 more months to go. How do you keep sane? How do you keep positive? How do you keep moving? What's your last message, everybody?
David-Kim Mackinnon here. 12 p.m. 6 p.m. Join my motherfucking Zoom workouts every day, weekdays. You got to do that because routine is everything right now. Routine is everything right now. I'm going to say that again. Routine is everything right now. If you don't have a solid routine, you can never be okay in your mind. You'll never be satisfied. You'll never be productive. You need to have routine, and routine needs to have health and fitness in it. Your routine has to have health and fitness in it. If it doesn't, then you're not serving yourself. Your biggest investment is your body.
Right.
Your biggest investment is your body, not the trade market, not your property. Your biggest investment is you.
Right.
Mind, body, soul. Incorporate that shit in your routine.
Yeah. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at DA_Kimchi, KIMCHI. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Facebook, KIM, Duck him. I don't know, fuck it. You can find me anywhere.
I'll tag him, don't worry.
And you motherfucker better work. You better drop on in. Your first class is on me. Fuck it. Your first week is on me if you came from this podcast.
There you go. First week is on David.
Let's get working.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Peace and love. Holla.
And that's a wrap. Friday night shenanigans with my good buddy, Mr. David Kim. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode. I know we were a little bit all over the place, but you know what? We had a few good laughs. This is the first episode of many. We'll be dropping an episode every Monday. Make sure to hit the follow and subscribe button. Do provide some feedback or comments. And if you guys are interested on being part of this podcast as well, or have any guests that you'd be interested to see, feel free to shoot me a message. I'll try my best to get them on. But other than that, hope you guys have an amazing week.